section of bridge here. My bag of streetlights. I'm gonna hook up the 6 streetlights. And then the next step after that will be to thread the power tap through down to the bottom of the table. I've got my soldering iron there heating up for the ends of the wires. I know actually it has a half decent terminal block on the bottom, flathead. So I've noticed on say the cheaper version of the these smaller ones, seems even if the screw's all the way down, there's still a gap in between the bottom of the screw head and the circular part. So these little skin wires don't really stick that well. But this one here is pretty good. The first two, there's enough wire on the streetlights just to wire them up, so we'll do those first. That's easy. This is heat shrink wrap, so when I do make a joint in the wire, we just heat shrink it on to seal it in. You see the heat shrink seals that up, that way we won't have any shorts under there, and good to go. When I opened this up, I had wrapped it in just black electric tape, these splices in the wire, and when I opened that up, all the black electric tape was just sitting in the bottom pan on the bridge there, so I figured I had to come up with a better solution. So these wires are like super thin, so I stripped a little bit more of the rubber off and bent it around. Come out here, the one I just picked up a terminal of a power tap track there, and the one black wire busted off, so I had to redo that wire. So we're all good. We're just gonna have the loop there, just enough to give it the screw will have something to grip on, but we can't have a big enough glob, too big of a glob that it won't fit down through the hole. Finessing and go through. First street light. You already saw that. These are flathead screws in here, so I have a screwdriver. Giving it a little tug there. Make sure the wire is tight. Terrible. Piece of wood covered in packaging tape. My best friend for that other video for putting the stickers on the side of the fence or the water slide decals. Alright, here's those street lights. Yeah, and these are say cheap street lights, you know. But I know well, for a railroad model train. Well, say more expensive, pricier street lights, but like I said, the cars, the train's not flying off the track. So I've seen like $18.99 for one street light. So I think these are probably about 50 cents a piece, maybe. And again, once my chain link fence is in front of it, they rarely really get hit. I know the center section on the old track, I was replacing street lights there every couple of weeks. These ones, well, once I put the fence up, they last a few months. Threaded through. Measuring cup. I know when I took this off, I tightened all these screws down so we didn't lose any. Flip myself in. Just feeling that way. The actual street lights themselves, the top of it was hitting the wood, so. So the next one we're going to have to splice. This is where I've been throwing my excess pieces of wire that I've cut off. Those two longer ones there, I'll put them up there. Well, as I figured yesterday when I was doing that, I was soldering my connections together here, but I'm just going to twist it to the other wire, and once the heat shrink is wrapped around it, should be very good to go, especially if we're using the thin wires here. It's very, very thin. Just bending it back over. I don't know how else to. These things are tiny. Approximately an inch, maybe over. I don't know how picky people are with their electric, but runs. These are 12 volts. So I bent the twist of the wire over there. We're going to slide the heat shrink over top of that, and I'll melt it down. And this heat shrink is designed for wiring, so I'll do the other side, and then we can do them both pretty quick at the same time. Here's right here. Actually, some, I was going to say non-flammable weight on here. Oh, 2 blue balls. They're not flammable. We have my heat shrink splice wire, as I say. I know it looks like a lot of wire coming off of there, but you got to remember this board, because this is the power tap track. Just to change street lights, you wouldn't want to have to take that power tap apart all the time. So with the space of that, even if I fed the wires down when it's on the table, I can fish them through and hook them up here with that plate unscrews and flips out of the way. So we need a little extra wire to flip that plate out of the way. More or less, you flip the plate up, take the connecting power wire that connects it to the rest of the power system for the lights. Lock wire on to feed through the heat shrink. So the heat shrink and one wire will fit through the hole, but 2 wires with the heat shrink on are kind of tight. Alrighty then, so that heat shrink seemed to make it look pretty good anyways, I guess. Excuse me, trim the I was about to curl that thing into a U shape, but that's not what we're doing at this wire. Camera shut off from the heat from the lights. So I have 5 street lights hooked up now. I only had 3 at the end of the other video. So put the camera down here, you can watch this heat shrink stuff in action. There we go, up close. The heat shrink over the splicing the wire, and we'll install that last street light. I think I'm gonna, from now on, I'll always use, I have a whole bunch of these ones. I'll just cut the, if I need it smaller height, I'll just cut the top of these round things off. And now for the test, we'll hook it back up to the power and see how successful we were. So if I remember correctly, these are green Robertsons. Disconnect from base. So the idea now is, so if the power tap was here, I undo this base. Flips up. These two plug in right there. Working the core. So there is my ease of use, street light change. So before we do that back up, let's turn on the power and see what we get. Alrighty then. So we'll call that a day there. We've got to disconnect it back from the base. Pull it off. We've got I'll thread through the power tap there. We're gonna jam 8 wires through that 3/8 inch hole, and there's a 90-degree goes in that hole and then straight down. So 90-degree hole down through. A 1/2 inch doweling. If you enjoy my slot car videos, please smash that like button, share my videos, and subscribe to the channel, and I'll have more slot car videos coming for you shortly.